God told me to give this message to the world. And when I use the term God, I mean higher self, the all, the creator, the conscious universe, the intelligence behind everything in creation. Now, before I begin, I just want to say that you shouldn't blindly believe anything I'm going to share with you here. You shouldn't blindly trust me or any leaders for that matter. I think it's incredibly important, especially in these times, that we question everything. I think it's very important that we question all leaders. I think it's very important that we listen to our hearts and trust our intuition, especially in these times. Our people have suffered some serious traumas: rape, murder, pedophilia, human trafficking, and so much more. And this is just even in these times now, not to mention the thousands of years of darkness that we've climbed through. We suffer from stress, depression, anxiety, sadness, loneliness, addiction, and so much more. Our people are warriors. We've been through hell and back, and we deserve a better life. We're all miracle workers. We all have greatness inside of us. We all have the creator, God, whatever you prefer to call it, living through us. And most of us aren't even aware of this. We've experienced so much intergenerational trauma passed down from generation to generation to generation. We've experienced so much pain, and we continue to experience it all over the world. There are so many people on our planet who have experienced miracles and who have created miracles in their own lives. People like Donovan Bailey, Bruce Lee, Joe Dispenza, who was able to heal a broken back just by using his mind. And of course, all of the greats in history, like Jesus, Buddha, Moses, and even Paramahansa Yogananda, who has written a whole book on the miracles that are possible when we align ourselves and become unified with our Creator and the manifestation of that Creator that exists inside of us all. Our society is not built on the foundation of recognizing that miracles are true and real and that we're all capable of them. Our abilities to create miracles are a reflection of our awareness and our faith. When we become aware that miracles exist and we have faith in our ability to create them, then we see miracles all around us. When we're unaware of miracles and when we lack the faith needed to create them, we see no miracles. This is one of the biggest fallacies in our society today. We have been born into a system that is designed for modern day slavery. Now, I'm not saying there's any particular person or people to blame. I believe that it's the result of the ages, which I'll speak about in my next video. I think that we've come through a very dark period in human consciousness and that we're rising out of that age. But we have certainly been born into a system of modern day slavery. We've inherited debt and trauma that's not ours. Debt and trauma from the past, from generations and generations and generations before. And we're born into this system, made to believe that we're not enough, made to believe that we have to become something to be something. And that's just not true. We're enough just as we are. We're enough right now, in this moment. Not when we achieve more, not when we grow more, not when we heal more. Now, in this moment, we're enough. And we always were, and we always will be. We've been all but forced into a dogmatic, patriarchal system that we have had no choice over. And again, there's no one to blame, I don't believe. I believe it's the time, it's part of the ages and the time that we're living in, and I believe it's all about to change. The great wisdom of the ancients has been suppressed. Wisdom that can heal our people. Wisdom that can heal our planet. It's been suppressed and hidden from us. Again, this is the result of the ages, the result of the dark consciousness that we're all climbing out of, but it's time to wake up. Ignorance and fear are the true enemy here. There's no one person or groups of people who are in the wrong. It's ignorance and fear that is our true enemy. Ignorance to how powerful we are. Fear of really expressing our truth in the world and aligning with that truth and living that truth. That's our true enemy. Imagine a world where we lived based on our purpose, a life of passion and play and inspiration. This is the life that's available to us. This is the life that exists deep inside of us, a life where we're accepted for who we are and we feel accepted all around us. A life where we're living all as one big family, unified through our differences and our similarities. We are that big family. That's always been what the ancient wisdoms have told us. We are all one big family. There is a world of the enlightened sages. There is a world of paradise available to us all if we only know the path to walk to get there. I have experienced a number of traumas before the age of 12. I was born into a family of poverty, social assistance. I had amazing parents. They're so loving, but they experienced a lot of serious traumas in their life. Sexual traumas, near-death experiences, poverty far worse than anything I've experienced. And they climbed out of there as best they could to create a life for me, and I still had to climb out of it myself. I spent time as a Canadian soldier, and I spent time as a drug dealer, a criminal. I was homeless, jobless, arrested, abusive in my relationships. I spent 8 years as a professional mixed martial arts fighter, fighting grown men all over the country, 21 different times. At the peak of that career, I hit a rock bottom and I started a healing journey, and that healing journey has transformed me and opened me up to a world I never even knew existed. At some point in my journey, I was initiated into an ancient, esoteric, sacred science. Now, I can't share many details about this because that's just how it works. But let me tell you, there's a whole other world behind the scenes that the average person is completely unaware of. Initiation wakes us up to our truest nature. It wakes us up to all of the ways we're living misaligned. For me, the volume got turned up and my healing journey became accelerated. Things started moving faster than ever. I started being able to connect to my own higher self, God, creator, conscious universe, whatever you'd like to call it, in a way so powerful that it's almost like the conversation I'm having with you right now. Hearing the voice, hearing the guidance, hearing the direction. Now, I didn't find a religion or a church, a priest or a pastor to help me create that connection. I found mentors, I found coaches, healers and friends, shamans, and medicine people from all over the world to help me develop that relationship for myself. We have the technology to heal our people. We have the technology to connect to higher levels of our own consciousness. We have the technology passed on for thousands of years, hidden in scripture, hidden in tablets, hidden in books that have been shared among all of the greatest, wisest people in history. People like Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, and so many others. This wisdom has been suppressed and hidden, but not anymore. It's available to us all. And this message from our God, from our Creator, is just about that. It's time to wake up. I've experienced such deep healing, more than 400 powerful healing shamanic ceremonies, to the point where I'm able to communicate with, receive visions and guidance directly from my higher self. Now, I'm humble to the fact that in saying I speak to God, I have to recognize that that's only my experience, and you shouldn't believe me. You shouldn't trust me. You shouldn't blindly follow anything I say. You should pray, you should meditate, you should listen to your own heart, because that's the greatest and wisest shaman, healer, pastor, or priest you could ever find. Your own heart is more powerful than any other person on this planet. You have a connection to your highest self. You have a connection to God hidden deep inside of you. Nothing I say or nothing anyone else can say can overpower that connection that you have deep inside. Now, the challenge is we haven't been taught to listen to this part of ourselves. We've been taught to obey the misguided, misled leaders. We've been encouraged to obey rules and books and texts and scriptures that are never questioned. You better believe in it or you'll be damned to eternity. You better believe it or you'll burn forever. Now that sounds like an insurance policy I'm not willing to get behind. There is a deep connection to God, Creator, conscious universe right inside of us. We need no scriptures. We need no clay tablets. We need none of it. We need only the depth and the connection to ourselves, which we can find through our own healing. Throughout my journey, I've been given clues and guidance and synchronicities and relationships to move me forward and forward and forward to the point where I've created this deep connection. Now, don't get me wrong. I've read scriptures. I've read the books. I've read books like the Gnostic Bible and the Gita and High Magic by Eliphas Levi, A Garden of Pomegranates, or the typical Bibles that you find. I've read as much of them as I can, and I've studied them, and I've found that there's a common theme beneath them all that we're not taught in our society. There's a common thread under all of them that we are just not aware of for the most part in our world. Throughout my journey, I've had to forgive everyone who's ever harmed me. Now, I experienced some serious traumas in my life, traumas my parents were part of, traumas my grandparents were part of, family members, friends. I've experienced sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, near-death experiences, and so much more. And I had to forgive everyone. I had to confess all of my sins, all of the darkest, deepest, most shameful things I've ever committed in my life. Adultery, having affairs with married women, crimes, selling drugs, assaulting people, and so much more. I had to confess every sin I've ever faced and committed in my journey. I've had to face all my fears, every fear, and purge all of my traumas, at least the ones I found so far. And let me tell you, it was a grueling process. And through that journey, I found this truth. And the truth is that we are all the chosen one. We are all the higher self, existing as a human, pretending to be less than what we really are, simply for the experience. We've gone through some dark ages, but it's time to wake up. And now is the time. I've witnessed miracles. I don't mean just small synchronicities, although those are miracles as well. I mean miracles, miracles of the weather, miracles of healing. I've been trained by powerful miracle workers, and I've seen powerful miracle workers performing their miracles. And I know they're real. This world we're living in is not as we think it is. It's not a physical, solid world like we're led to believe. This world is non-physical. It's holographic in nature. It's energetic. And we can learn to work with that energy and create real miracles for ourselves and our family and our loved ones. Nothing is more powerful than our own faith and our own awareness of what's possible. No fears, no viruses, no conflicts can overpower our faith and our awareness. We are powerful, infinite beings. I've been given this message by God, by my higher self, to share with the world. And that message is this: our sins, our guilt, our shame, our pain, our regret, our resentment, all of it is the result of our unhealed pain. When we commit an act that's misaligned with who we know ourselves to be, that act is a result of the pain that we've experienced in our past that we've never healed from. Pain in our childhood, pain in our younger years. That pain creates the behavior that we hate the most about ourselves. When we experience a painful event, it creates a sort of virus inside of us, just like a computer virus. That computer virus manipulates our behavior and causes us to behave in ways that we know is not aligned with who we are. Yet who's telling us this? We have to find it for ourselves. The religions aren't telling us. The spiritual systems aren't telling us. Science tells us to a degree, but not in the way that we need it to be told, so that everyone understands, so that we can forgive ourselves. Because when we forgive ourselves and when we forgive others, we feel the forgiveness from our Creator. We feel the forgiveness from our higher self. Our pain is passed on generationally. Our parents experience pain. As a result, they behave in ways that's not aligned with who they are. How many of you have had a parent who loves you so much, but maybe when they drink alcohol or maybe when they lose their temper, they act like a completely different person, an animal, so to speak? Well, that's the result of their pain that hasn't been healed. That pain is passed on generationally, from one generation to the next. And if we don't heal it in ourselves, we'll pass it on to the next generation as well. And the cycle repeats itself. To reach paradise, true heaven on earth, the paradise that's available to us all, we must heal our pain. We must purge our traumas. We must realign our beliefs, our thoughts, our words, and our deeds to be aligned with the paradise that we know is ours. The paradise that we all deserve. We are forgiven when we forgive ourselves and others. And the love we seek is not from God. The love we seek is our own. God loves us unconditionally. When we love ourselves, when we forgive ourselves, we experience the love and the forgiveness that comes from our Creator. This is the message. This is the truth. Find it in your own heart. Truth needs no convincing. You shouldn't believe anything I'm sharing with you right now. You shouldn't trust any of this, but I encourage you to pray, to meditate, and to listen for the truth inside of you. Does it feel right? Your sins are forgiven when you forgive yourself. And forgiveness is not just a matter of saying, I forgive myself. There's a technique. There's a process involved with releasing this pain. It's been passed on by the medicine people. It's been passed on by the magicians and the shamans, but that information has been suppressed until maybe the last 50 to 100 years. And even then, it's still not accepted by the mainstream society. We're left to ask religion and science for the answers. And I have to say, that's not always the most reliable source of our greatest information. No one can tell us our path. No spiritual leader, no guru, no healer. That is inside of us. The path is inside of us. The truth is inside of us. Nobody can give that to us. We have to find it for ourselves. A true guru, a true healer will lead us to that path. They won't give it to us. They won't tell us how it is. They'll ask us how it is. How is it for you? What does that path look like for you? What does it feel like for you? How do you know you're on it? What does it feel like when you're aligned? And what does it feel like when you're misaligned? These are the questions that gurus, healers, and spiritual leaders that I respect have asked me. We are all manifestations of and children of the highest one, the Creator, our God. We don't need to be baptized into a religion, initiated into a spiritual practice to deserve that. We are that now, here in this moment. The practice and the ceremony of initiation that I experienced is not limited to any religion. It's not limited to any spiritual system. It's something that's been passed on for thousands of years, from one generation to another, through oral tradition, from one person to another. The religion is called wisdom. The system is called the truth, and that's all it needs to be. Initiation wakes us up to the truth of what we are. Again, I spent 8 years as a professional mixed martial arts fighter, 21 years as a martial artist, fighting grown men in a cage with gloves on and fighting grown men outside of the cage with my bare hands. I went through the trials and tribulations of healing myself, and I'm still on that path. And now it's time to share that message with you so that you can find that truth inside of yourself. We are all capable of miracles. We are all children of God, all of us. External pain in our world, external pain that exists around us, pain in our relationships, pain in our family, pain in our business, pain in our body, it's a reflection of the internal pain and trauma that we've experienced we aren't even aware of. Trauma can look like something serious. It can look like sexual abuse. It can look like emotional abuse or physical abuse. Trauma can also look like not being picked up by our mother when we're crying as a baby. Trauma can look like coming home with an 85 on the math test and mom and dad saying, why didn't you get 100? Trauma can look like many things. It can exist and manifest in many ways. We must heal the trauma inside to change the world outside. As within, so without. This is the greatest phrase in all of the esoteric wisdom that I've ever come across. The world outside is a reflection of the world inside. This is so important to understand. There has been a great secret that has been hidden from us, a great and powerful secret. And I'm going to share more videos in the days to come to share what that secret is and how you can apply it to your life and how you can use it to better your life and transform your world. The secret has been hidden from us. And I'm not talking about the law of attraction or the movie The Secret. This secret is so much more profound and magnificent and extraordinary that if the world knew it, it could change overnight. This secret is a secret that can change everything. What I'm about to share with you next is very vulnerable for me. I've been sitting on this secret for many years, and I've not shared it with the world out of fear, out of worry, out of insecurity. And through my journey of healing my fears, healing my insecurities, healing my pain, I've gathered the courage to share this message with the world. God told me that I'm the chosen one. And my message for the world is to tell you that you are also the chosen one. We are reflections, you and I. You are me and I am you. And these words are a reflection of your own consciousness, waking you up to the truth that you are the chosen one. The second coming, if there is one, is going to come through us. It's going to come from inside of us. It's going to come through our passion, through our inspiration, through our courage to speak our truth. That is the second coming. That is the awakening. You are the chosen one. You are the Messiah. You are the Mashiach. You are it. You're the one we've all been waiting for. That truth exists inside of you. I have been guided my whole life, and the guidance was amplified when I became initiated in October of 2015. Now again, this initiation is a very mysterious, secret ceremony that you might not find a lot of information about if you research it. There are some books about it, which I'll be sharing in the videos to come, where you can learn more about it. Initiation is not bound to any particular religion. It's not bound to any particular spiritual science. All of the greatest, wisest teachers in history have been initiated. Jesus, Buddha, Moses, Leonardo da Vinci, Sir Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, all of them, all initiated into this sacred wisdom, this sacred science that's hidden from our people. But not any longer. It's time to wake up. I have been given a set of teachings that I'll be sharing in the next few videos and in the next few months and in the next few years and for the rest of my life, I'm sure. These teachings can transform your consciousness and show you not your path, but my path, so that you can find yours as a reflection of that. I'm not sharing these teachings to tell you how it is. I'm sharing these teachings to tell you how it has been for me, as any true spiritual leader would. This is only my truth. You shouldn't believe it. You shouldn't trust it. You should find a truth that works for you. You might ask, why me? Well, I've faced my pain, like an MMA fighter, like a warrior would. The pain I experienced in the last 5 years has been more intense than any of my MMA training, and more intense than anything I experienced in my childhood. More intense than any military training I've received, because not only have I faced my fears, but I've had to purge them out of my body. I've had to purge that pain out. And thankfully, gratefully, I've been given a path that I can share with others to accelerate that process, so hopefully they don't have to go through the pain that I've gone through, at least not to the same depth. When we grow, when we heal, we gain wisdom that we can share with others so that they can take an accelerated path to healing. That's what all of the greats have done in history. They haven't told us how it is, they've only told us how it was for them. It's important to remember that. All paths lead to the same destination. I'm not the only teacher preaching this message. I'm not the only teacher sharing these concepts. I'm just a special breed because I won't stop. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to be ridiculed. I'm not afraid to be criticized. I'm going to put this message out there in every way I can. I'm going to share this truth with the world because it is my purpose. My purpose is to help you find yours. A purpose of charity and prosperity and love and abundance and peace, playfulness, passion and inspiration. The purpose that we all deserve to find inside of us. We were not meant to be born and forced into a system of school and education and university and college and all of that. Maybe that's aligned for you. Maybe it is. But only if your heart says it so. Only if your heart leads you there. I predict that our current monetary, governmental, and religious systems will fall. Hopefully in the most peaceful, gentle way possible, but I predict that they will certainly fall. Misaligned leaders will be exposed. I'm not going to share any of this information because it's not aligned with the purpose of this video, but if you seek, you will find. There are dark secrets in our world. There are dark leaders who have been feeding us lies and dishonesty. And it's time for us to wake up and do our own research. Trust our own education. Dig deep, the truth is in there. Religion as we know it will no longer be necessary. We can create a connection to our own highest self. Now, I'm not saying religion is wrong or bad or any of that. If religion evolves as our consciousness evolves, perhaps there will be a place for religion in our future. But if religion doesn't evolve, then it won't make it. Because religion as we know it is not creating inclusiveness, unity, prosperity, and peace for all. At least not for the most part in our world. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't some religions that are doing great things. Of course there are. I'm not saying there aren't some spiritual communities who are doing great works. Of course there are. I'm saying that the truth is being suppressed to us. We're being told that we need a priest, a pastor, a minister, a shaman, or a healer to find that truth, but we don't. Those people only help us find our own path, which we can find inside of ourselves. The truth will become the new religion. Wisdom will become the new spiritual system. Knowing how to connect with our own God self, our own highest self, our own creator, our own conscious universe will become the new religion, I believe. We'll experience abundance for all. We'll be rewarded for living our purpose. We'll live our purpose and we'll live the true peace and prosperity that we all deserve. My intentions are to expand my current team, My current team of initiators, of magicians, of shamans, of healers who have done these great works. My intention is to expand my team and to initiate thousands of people all over the world so we can create a serious community of powerful healers and powerful leaders of the truth. I will teach through videos, blogs, books, retreat centers, events, and so much more, which I've already created in my life. And I've already created a team that helps me share this message with the world. We have the technology to heal ourselves and our people. We have everything we need to connect to that part of ourselves. We are all children of God. We are all manifestations of the divine. There's no hierarchy in this world. There's nobody better or above us. The only one above us is our Creator. That's it. That's all. No one else can be above us. That's an illusion. That's the ego. That's the patriarchal, dogmatic system trying to keep us down, trying to keep us less than what we are, but no more. It's time to wake up. In my teachings to come, which will come in the next 3 days for this Easter series, will be The Greatest Secret Never Told, which I'll record and release tomorrow. On Sunday, I'll release a video called The Hidden Identity of Jesus Christ. And then finally on Monday, I'll release a video called A Warrior's Path to Paradise, a warrior's path to the Promised Land. These videos are going to expose some truths that may not be well received by everyone, and I'm willing to accept that. They're going to expose some concepts and some ideas that may be ridiculed or criticized, and I'm willing to accept that. The truth needs no convincing, and if you follow the breadcrumbs that I will give you, you'll find the truth for yourself. This is not just something I've received in prayer. It's not just something I've received in meditation. There are books, there are scriptures, there are holy books scattered across the earth that can help us understand this truth at a deeper level. Tomorrow, on Saturday, April 11th, today is Good Friday, April 10th, I will share the greatest secret never told, and this secret will awaken your consciousness if you don't already know it, and if you do, perhaps you'll know it to a deeper level. If you would like to continue to follow my journey and the work that I'm doing, there's a link in the description below where you can join my online community absolutely free. I won't try to sell you anything. I won't try to force you to do anything. I'll just welcome you into this community and bring you on as a member immediately. There's no hierarchy here. We are equals, you and I. No one is better than the other. I'm going to perform a couple of rituals right now. These are rituals I practice in my shamanic work and in my healing work. If you feel so inclined, you can close your eyes and listen. If not, you can shut the video off now. Thank you for watching. The truth is here. It's time to wake up. Oh, great divine oneness, unity of all that is and ever was and ever will be. Mother, Father, Holy Child, hear my prayer. I, this great old priest and shaman, warrior and sage, summon thee, and I do humbly request your presence. Be present and watch over me as I hold this sacred space. Bring with you the forces from above and below, and transform my intentions into actions and manifest them through wisdom and love. Oh, I call upon the great wisdom keeper of the East, element of air. I will find the truth in the silence of my mind. I call upon the great warrior knight of the South, element of fire. I will create through my thoughts, words, and deeds. I call upon the great medicine healer in the West, element of water. I will express myself honestly, authentically, and transparently. I call upon the temple priestess in the North, element of earth. I will give more than I receive and ask for what I want. I call upon the great mother below, queen of the moon and earth. I will forgive myself as I forgive others, and forgive others as I forgive myself. I call upon the great Father, King of the sun and creator of the universe above. I will trust in the unknown and have faith in the impossible. And I call upon the all, the here and the now, and the center direction. I will love all as I love myself, and love myself as I love all. As above, so below, as within, so without, so be it, so it is. Amen. I will now perform the call of the shamanic warrior. Hey, hey, hey. Yod, hey, vav, hey. Shaddai Elkai Adonai Haaretz. Yod He Vav He Yaheshua Elohim Shaddai Elkai Adonai Haaretz. The chants I just sang to you are ancient Hebrew names for our Creator and our highest self. They have the truth hidden within them. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up to our power. It's time to wake up to the truth that exists inside of us all. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the videos to come.